All right, Ivan. Yeah, ndowooza kati n'otandika okusabula.
All right. Mugamba mukyaba na Uganda mujebaleko gye mutusako engalo mwenna. Amanya Ivan Bruce Sendege ntuuse. Sigenda kulwawo nzize kuyitawo mangu speed. Okusooka njagala nsooke neebaze abasobodde still abakya contributing ku GoFundMe page ya NUP activities, NUP GoFundMe, NUP Bobby Wine Kyagulanyi. Thank you very much. Aba contributing kuliko n'abantu ba foreigners besimanye babe sitegeera balina amanya abamu n'abazungu. Thank you very much. Naye this is si ensonga lwaki nzize wano. Ensonga lwaki nzize wano nzize okustill okuzzaamu abannayuganda amaanyi. Nzize okuddamu still okusomesa abannayuganda. Nzize obutazikiza muliro okuzzamu abannayuganda obutazikiza muliro obutakendeza ssuubi. Museveni doesn't know what is coming his way. Museveni ne mutabani we ne famire ye, they don't know what is coming their way. Musharinge bannayuganda ntandike. Let me first share myself as well. Let me share myself. Just a moment. So, bannayuganda, just a moment. Malukusooka okwesharinga nange kubamba muli azamanyi okubagamba share ate nze nga si sharinze. Okay. Current situation ebiri e Uganda ebiri e Kampala mwena mubiraba. Currently amawulire gali buli wamu gali mu buli nsi. I warned these people just a few days ago. I warned Muhozi ne kitaawe ku these reckless actions zeba planning okutekinga oba zeba takinga to kill and to torment Ugandans. We've all seen all these activities that are happening. Right now, ekintu kyenjagala okubagamba, every Ugandan should take any action to demand or to defend their country or to demand for justice and for freedom. This man Museveni is a rebel. Museveni yajja mu buyinza, yajja na kutta. Ate era ye ekintu ky'okutta takiina mu buzibu. Still up to now, it's the same thing he's still believing in. Killing and blood sucking. Museveni is a blood sucker. Museveni is a violent man. That's one thing you have to know, Ugandans. Museveni, musajja ali violent. Talina kisa whatsoever. Yensonga lwaki mulaba ku byonna ebiriwo at this time. The only thing he is bothered about is his campaigns. Campaigning right now and lying to Ugandans. His army, his private army is killing and murdering Ugandans for no reason. Right now as I speak, more than 200 Ugandans are dead. Bwe mba mwagala okukakasa, bwe mba mwinayo ku bantu abali emulago mu malwaliro, abakola emulago, mubuze omuntu yenna akola emulago ababuulire what is happening in hospitals. Tafaayo oba amasasi agakubye mu nju, oba amasasi bagakubye mu nju kukuba oba maama ng'azaala, oba mama ng'ayonsa mwana we. These people, they don't give a damn. Because the only thing they value is themselves and their families, but they don't value Ugandan lives. You know, all of you know how Museveni came to power. You all know what he did. More than 500,000 Ugandans perished because of Museveni's actions. And the majority of those actually is responsible for their deaths, for their murders. Museveni is a warmonger. We all saw what happened during NRM preliminaries. themselves violently killed each other, themselves violently murdered each other. And Museveni never even said anything about that, about those actions. That's one of the proof. Echiba proving until no, Museveni doesn't value any Ugandan life. Bana Uganda bafa mukamyufuka NRM. Themselves, imagine, killed each other. Waliwo yali alabye omuntu eyafa yenna. Waliwo yali alabye violence mu NUP, mu bukamyufuka NUP. Because as NUP we believe in peace. And we believe in peaceful transition of power. That's what President wa Fadako Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu kyabakubiriza kyabagamba. Talagirangako muntu kuba jinja oba muntu kwokya oba muntu kukola kikolobero. Most of these people now are committing crimes. Aberimbise nga people power. They are all mercenaries. Abo bonna bavubuka ba Museveni akozesa ba criminals. Right now Museveni bagenze mu makomera ne bajjayo bali ba high profile killers ne babawa ebyokulwanyisa. Museveni uses bakifeesi the likes of Sobis. Omusajja yavaayo n'akonfessinga mu lujjudde lw'ensi yonna nti nno yatugumbulanga abantu. Naye what Museveni did instead bamukwasa mundu. The likes of Sipapa, a robber. Sipapa survived being lynched. Sipapa survived the mob justice a few years back, not even many years, about 3 or 4 years back. He was a burglar. Bamukwata ngabba ne bamukuba yo Sipapa. Ebifaananyi and videos and pictures are everywhere on social media if you want to search for them. But those are the people walking in Kampala, in Uganda, shooting at people, innocent people for no reason. Protected by UPDF, Amajege Uganda. UPDF, Uganda's People's Defense Force. Protecting criminals, working with criminals with guns, shooting at Ugandans and killing Ugandans every day. And nobody says nothing. Because Museveni, he knows, because he's a violent man, that's why abantu bakozesa bonna, they are criminals. Every criminal you know in Uganda, high-profile criminal, he has a connection to the State House. Yensonga lwaki mulaba emivuyo gyonna bwe bagikolako investigations gikomekereza giri mu State House. We've seen all this. Everything is in broad daylight. It's not propaganda. It's everywhere, on the news, in the news, on the news tabloids, everywhere, social media platforms. These people have been exposed for the past 30 years. Ate okumanya basiru buli kimu bakikola in broad daylight. They don't even hide anything. So Ugandans, what I'm trying to tell you, mwarabye statements Electoral Commission gyevudeyo nekola byabakama gyavudeyo nakola. Bagezaako kuba we know all the social media, all the media platform is controlled by Museveni. Media platforms mu Uganda bazisainingisa the agreements ebirimu amateeka gabakugira okubeera straightforward n'okukwata amawulire gennyini agaliro amatuufu mbu inciting violence. Media platforms ezisinga mu Uganda ziri controlled by Museveni. Baziteekako amateeka ag'ekisiru. Tebakkirizibwa kukwata bintu biririo. Bwe bavaayo okuripotinga mumbulire mulabye mawulire gameka oba TV channels meka reporting what is happening, the real story of all activities that are happening right now in Uganda. None. bwe boogera bakulaga nti no bagezaako blame giteeka ku Bobi Wine oba people power. Like they are trying so much or so hard to brand people power as a violent organization, which is not true. Right now, we have seen people power have killed nobody. But how many people have been killed by NRM individuals? Yesterday we saw an NRM supporter driving into a crowd of people, killing some people and injuring a mother and his son and her son. And nobody said anything about that. Kabe Kadaga, Kabe Biarakama, Kabe Enanga, nobody said nothing about those acts. People killed, people dead. Pickups, police cars are picking dead bodies all over Uganda and dumping them God knows where. Police cars and unmarked cars and pickups are picking dead bodies all over Uganda, and they are taking them God knows nowhere. We don't know, nobody knows where they're taking those bodies. We've seen all the videos are all social media. Picking dead bodies and just throwing them on pickups like those were individuals. Those were Ugandans, my dear. Those people killed were Ugandans. And mind you, most of them actually, they were not even NUP supporters. The majority of people killed in Uganda in just one day, majority were not even people power or NUP supporters. For your own information. These were just people working their businesses, working their ways, doing their own businesses, minding their own businesses. But what these police officers and army, UPDF, Museveni's private army, under the orders of Museveni's son, Muhoozi Kainerugaba, murdered, shot people in broad daylight inside their buildings. Shot people inside buildings doing nothing. A food hawker, a food monger, a woman was just walking, delivering food to her customers. She was just crossing the road and the UPDF officers shot her dead. For no reason. And you Ugandans there, this has nothing to do with what political affiliation you're in. This has nothing to do with what political organization you're supporting. This is about Ugandans now. This is about Uganda as a country, our country. And this is about humanity. This is about Ugandans, for God's sake. This is about people of Uganda who are dying for no stupid reason. These are our brothers. These are our sons. These are our sisters. These are our mothers. These are our fathers dying, not of COVID-19. Not of COVID-19, but dying of Museveni. Dying because of Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Today, I understand Muhoozi Kainerugaba went to Sandhurst military school here in the UK. I called Sandhurst. I called Sandhurst to raise my concerns about a terrorist they trained to terrorize Uganda and to kill Ugandans. I know they will be so proud. And I'm still going to take more action because I was advised when I spoke to these people of Sandhurst where Muhoozi Kainerugaba trained. I spoke to them. I called them today. And they advised me how to take actions much further. You people, you're still calling this a joke. Right now, Honorable Kyagulanyi, ali mu buzibu. Bamufumise, bamukubye. One of the reasons to why they don't want anybody to see him or to access him, it's because he is tortured. It's because he's in a bad state. They injected him. N'ebiragaladagala byatamanyi oba byetutamanyi. Bamukubyekubye bamutochalinze ali in a bad state. That's the reason why nobody wants him. Nobody wants anybody to access him or to see him. Under the orders of Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Sandhurst, this is going far. These people, as the British people or the government, this is going to be their responsibility. Ella, I call upon all Ugandans everywhere in diaspora, wherever you are. Abamanyi, whoever knows where this Muhoozi went for training or to do his training. I know he went, he did some of his training in USA, somewhere. Find out which school or which military academy Muhoozi did his part of his training in America. Raise your concerns that America trained a terrorist. Because these people, they can't train somebody to act like that, to kill innocent people for no reasons. These people are going to face it rough. This time only, things are not business as usual. If you thought that this was business as usual, my dear, you're so wrong. And I'm telling you, these campaigns now, they are not going to be there. You either go by force or you vacate peacefully and leave Ugandans alone. Museveni and your family, you either vacate Uganda peacefully or you're going to be taken down by force. You cannot win Uganda. You cannot win, Museveni, you cannot win against Ugandans. Muhoozi, you cannot win against Ugandans. How many are you going to kill? You don't know what is lying ahead in just a matter of hours. You don't know. If you all think that now it's coming down, my dear, fire is coming. And I'm still encouraging Ugandans, don't lose hope. We have this. It's now or never. This is the time Uganda has to fight for what belongs to them. To fight for their rights. To fight for their country. How do you justify these actions? Military goons. We've seen police, we've seen individuals in civilian wares, individuals walking with AK-47s on Kampala streets, intimidating Ugandans. Some of them wearing NRM. Imagine, some of them wearing NRM face masks. Remember what we told you earlier, what we've been telling you about what NRM is. NRM is NRA, which stands for National Resistance Army, which was a rebel group. NRM came from NRA, a rebel group, which was led by Museveni. I don't want to go to what exactly happened during the time when Museveni was in the bush. Most Ugandans know that now. We've taught you a lot. And you know enough. People were raped. Young girls were defiled. by Museveni's soldiers were infected by HIV, with HIV AIDS. Many were impregnated. Many were murdered. Museveni used, we have video clips of Museveni using children, kids, babies as young as 5 years old to fight, to kill. And what he said at the end, he said that in Africa, that's an African culture. We teach what we are taught to fight. My dear, Africans never teach people or their children to kill fellow human beings. That culture is not anywhere in Africa. Africa never teaches children to kill people. So we saw these kids. They were asked, they were trained to use AK-47s. A child of 5 years old, 4 years old, imagine. These videos are there, we have them. If you go on social medias, we shared all those videos. They are there. They're all over. Even BBC has all these videos. Museveni teaching children, kids as young as 5 years old. Nga ababe bali Sweden. Museveni's kids and Janet Kataha, they were in Sweden for asylum, seeking asylum. Very safe. But instead, mwebana Uganda, you have to know Museveni taina mutima gwa buntu era taba tayagalira ddala muna Uganda wadde n'akatono. Ebyo bye bimukubiraga ti Museveni doesn't value any Ugandan life. If at all someone can do such a thing, a father for God's sake, and a wife can't even advise. And the wife can't even advise accordingly. These kids couldn't even talk. They were asked, do you enjoy what you're doing? Do you enjoy killing? And instead, these people, these old individuals, old men who are supposed to be their fathers, teaching them the right thing. These kids, their parents were murdered by Museveni, disguised as Obote's army. These kids were, their parents were murdered. And instead of looking after them, giving them a good future, instead were used as war machines. And someone still believes in Museveni. Are you mad? Someone believing in Museveni at this time, are you mad? All these actions, they started from the beginning. They started from way back. In these actions, what you see right now, it all started in the 1980s. Or in mid-70s. Museveni was planning all this. And if you think that this is not war, Ugandans, my dear, better wake up from your slumber. Don't expect UN to come out and fight for you. Don't expect the British to come and fight. Don't expect the US to come and fight. All these people are not with Ugandans. These countries, they are there for their own benefits. You saw what happened in Rwanda when in Rwanda people were killing each other. What the only thing they did is to go and pick out their own people. And they let Africans kill themselves. So if you think that these people give a damn, my dear, you're just joking. The ball is in your hands. The only thing these people can say, this Western world can say, is just keep peace. Don't fight. It's just words and all those posts and statements in the news, in the medias. But they won't take any action until Ugandans decide and say enough is enough. We want Uganda, we want our country back. Those soldiers killing people in Kampala, in Uganda, all over Uganda, they are few. They are very few. There are very, very few SFC individuals wearing police uniforms and army uniforms. It's those few SFC boys. I saw a video clip of real Uganda policemen. 3 Uganda policemen, they even had AK-47s. They were just standing with Ugandans, with the people. They didn't even shoot any bullet when they saw people demonstrating, because they know it's constitutional. There are few police officers who still believe in Ugandan rights. But those criminals who are killing, shooting Ugandans anyhowly because they want to create fear and intimidate Ugandans, they are SFC. They are all Museveni's relatives. They are all those boys and those girls. They are all Museveni's relatives. And they are very few. If Ugandans stand up and raise up, those boys, they will even run away. Because they cannot kill us all. They cannot kill all Ugandans. They can't. I'm still going to raise concerns about Muhoozi Kainerugaba to the British government. I'm going to the police tomorrow. I'm going to the police to show them all the images and all the tweets Muhoozi Kainerugaba tweeted. Those reckless tweets, violent tweets. And I'm going to show them his Facebook account, all social media accounts. Trust me, whoever thinks this is a joke, wait and see. So it's the British's responsibility. If Muhoozi is making those stupid orders to kill Ugandans, to terrorize Ugandans, so that means the British army or British army, that means they trained a terrorist. They trained a terrorist. So it's their responsibility to bring that terrorist to the book. Because Muhoozi trained in Sandhurst, where actually he even failed. He never passed out. He failed. But still, he trained in Sandhurst. As far as I know, the British, they're against terrorists. Britain, they fight against terrorism. So if this man who was trained here in England is busy in acts of terrorism in Uganda, terrorizing people, Ugandan people, on his orders, Ugandans are killed and shot to death on his orders. That means Britain is responsible for that terrorist in Uganda. You all saw what an NRM supporter did. He drove a car straight into people. That's a terror act. But what the police did, the man was there, the police was there, they did not do anything to him or even apprehend him, but they let him go. So Ugandans, what I'm suggesting and what I'm advising you to do, don't lose hope. We have this. The ball is in your hands. Don't lose hope and don't lose faith. We have this. Honorable Kyagulanyi is in a bad state as I speak. But let's not stop requesting for his release. without any conditions. Ate bwe bageza ne bamutangaliko olubale lwonna, this is not going to end. And by the way, even if they release him, this is now war. It's not going to end. The blood, the innocent blood of Ugandans that were killed by Museveni's army on Muhoozi's orders, that blood is not going to go in vain. That blood is not going to go in vain. The people who did this, they have to be held accountable. They have to face it rough. And individuals as well. We have everything on tapes, on cameras. All those individuals, they have to be held accountable. All the way to the top. All the way to the order from above. Who is Muhoozi and Museveni? Kadaga came out and made a stupid, reckless statement, trying to put a blame. Everyone is trying to put a blame on NUP. That NUP are violent, are the one causing this. But nobody is condemning the army, the police, the SFC of killing innocent Ugandans. Nobody is condemning the army, the police, SFC of murdering and killing innocent Ugandans. No one. So, Ugandans, my fellow Ugandans, tomorrow we have a demonstration in London, a big one. After this program, I'm gonna go on a call, on a meeting. We're gonna discuss about the next actions and what is gonna happen here in England. Tomorrow we are demonstrating in London. Right now, my colleagues are demonstrating in Canada right now. So ngenda kuvaako abe Canada waliwo program eriko. Mugende mugiraba abe Canada bali mu demonstration. So ngenda kuvaako mbawe time okugenda okulaba ebyi Canada. Anaye bana Uganda mbasaamu amanyi temupowa. We have to demand for Bobi Wine. Ate nga taliko kamogo. Wherever you are, you can do this. Oboli guru, oboli wa, oboli mbarara, wherever you are, you can do this. Ugandans, you're on your own. We are on our own. Museveni and his people, the parliament, all government officials, governmental bodies, parastatal bodies, they are not with Ugandans. The media is not with Ugandans. That's why you see, they don't talk about, they don't condemn what is happening, but rather put a blame on one side. So Ugandans, you know what to do. You have to fight for what belongs to you. You have to fight for your rights. Otherwise, kambalekere wano, amanya nsigade Ivan Bruce Sendege. Mwebale kubeerako.